One of the things we talked about in my first book was very much that making a profit is okay. Making a profit is good. And I want to take that further, because if you don't make a profit, you don't end up paying yourself. You don't end up investing. You don't end up putting in a better century garden. You don't end up taking your staff above minimum wage. You don't end up doing any of these things. Profit is seen as negative, and it isn't. It is 100% the opposite. It is the only way, in my opinion, you enable your setting to get better, to pay your staff more, pay yourself more. And I think, to me, it's so important. So do you think most nursery owners truly understand their earning potential and what they're achieving, or is it, in your opinion, still a really significant gap in?
I think there's a mix of things there. I mean, I take what you said about the profitability, and I almost take it a step further. I'm pretty strong when I run my session with people that actually it's not a nicety profit. They have a responsibility. It's a responsibility. You've got X number of staff working for you, X number of families. They can't afford for you not to know how much is left in the bank account at the end of the month. And it's almost that longer term view of knowing. The confidence say, don't you worry, we're sustainable. So for myself, when the nursery down the road went bust, and my staff members all go, that could be us next week, I could say categorically, no, it's not, because you know I'm on it and you know we're profitable. And actually, profitability wasn't a dirty word there. It was the reassurance that they went, our job's safe, our families are safe, and actually it was the reassurance, because actually you can't reassure anyone if you don't know where your profitability is. So actually, you have a responsibility, and that's not being a weak, heart-led leader. That's being a responsible one who's taking that. So, back to your question, I think the hard thing, do people understand that? I think there's what I call the nursery owner guilt. It's the equivalent of mum guilt or dad guilt. There's always that whole thing, because the heart-based stuff. You have that mum guilt where you don't put yourself first, but actually, it's flipping that narrative to say, actually, you need your big girl pants on here, because actually you have to do this. Otherwise, why are you here? If you want to make a difference in education, you want to provide high quality childcare, you need to know confidently that you're making wise business decisions so you can afford to do this. But that isn't always the natural understand. And I think a lot of time with nursery owners, they're going short term. It's almost getting through the day to day, getting to the end of the month. So they're very much caught up in the immediate and the action. So that taking a step back to the longer term isn't always a natural way of working.